Netero put.
Biscuit ain't no fan favorite.
Must have been. Why the fuck they put her in the game?
Nah, man. Biscuit was not no. If you was going to release downloadable content, would you go Meryl first, then Biscuit, or would you go Biscuit then Meryl?
Bruh, nah. They only released like 9 or 10 DLCs, and Biscuit is the last character.
Damn.
So they chose her. Out of all the characters in that fucking show, they chose that bitch. Like All Might is cool, Madara is cool. They added more DBZ characters. I think they added either Kid Buu or Super Buu for them.
Hey.
But nah, that game's fucking terrible.
Yeah, oh yeah. I could have told you that. It's just J-Stars with better graphics.
Nah, the thing is, bro, I like J-Stars. J-Stars is cool because you can do multiplayer and shit, fight like niggas at once. Like, there's no rematch button in this game. There's no tournament, no endless. It's just rank match and quick match. Like, that's it. Trash ass story. Hey, Morgan.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, yo, we back. We back up.
Oh, never mind.
I see.
All right, we back. All right, let's run this trailer here. This next one.
What trailer is this?
I don't know what the fuck it is. Cold Vein, second trailer.
Hard as hell.
Remember to keep your hearts covered. There's no coming back if you get hit there.
You were killed 2 days ago, and now you've returned.
I, Gregorio Silva, pledge this to you. When this war ends, the ones left standing will be us!
There's a report that the Queen broke through our defensive grid and is headed this way.
What the fuck is this? Like, what are we watching?
Look, wait, hold on.
Recommended this.
Hold on, look. It's an anime game, and no, everyone's gonna buy it. I'm not buying this shit.
Everyone's gonna buy it. Damn, Bush, we have 15 viewers. That shit went down to 4.
Because I had to stop the stream. I had to stop it. Yeah.
It's just an anime game.
It had to stop the shit. I just gotta repost it. Somebody repost the link in the Discord. But yeah. Y'all know what the fuck this shit is. I don't know.
Skip.
I just told you, nigga. It's a art.
We should have a majority rule skip.
Just be sure not to drink the Queen's blood. Too many of us have joined the ranks of the lost and their bodies rejected. Our ill-mannered guest is here. How many of them are there?
I'll take the spear. All right, then. This is the moment of truth. Kid!
Welcome back. There is a spring that will cure that thirst. One that weeps tears of blood.
Where did you learn to do that? After the Queen was defeated, it trapped everyone and everything inside, giving birth to the society of revenants ruled by...
It don't look too bad, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, though. Sorry, man.
Silva.
I don't look forward to it.
Last much longer.
It's like Dark Souls, but...
What you said, Marcel?
You ever played Dark Souls?
Hell no.
No, it's like that, but with anime.
Oh, okay.
Like, just like...
So just hand over your blood beads.
The world needs more blood beads. Only then can we strive for fairness. There are more blood springs ahead, and my asthma is blocking the way forward. Hang in there, however you can.
The graphics look pretty good, though. I fuck with that.
Use this. You're too late. A kid?
Nicola! If you lay a finger on him, I'll carve out your heart.
Careful. It's the hunter. Is that woman his partner? My friends are important. I don't even know if any of them survived. I'm going to take responsibility for my past. I think it's the least I can do.
I'm Louis.
Karen!
Now, allow me to show you the truth of our world.
Fragments of the Queen's body were locked inside of successors. Human sacrifices.
His experiments never ended. But not anymore. I'll bring your suffering to an end.
Stop!
She's losing herself. You. I destroyed you with my own hands.
This relic is a seed that will sprout our future.
You have the ability to accept the Queen's blood.
The cage is unlocked.
Please, save everyone.
Okay, is that a what? Is that a play or pass? Oh,
Listen, I ain't. If
100% a pass.
I might look into
Pass.
it.
Pass.
yeah, I mean, it look cool. It look cool. I'm not even gonna knock it, man. It look way better than some other anime games I've seen, but it's not. I'm not really a fan of those type of games.
Yeah, if it's over $5, I'm not going into it.
You know it's 60, nigga.
I know, he know damn well.
It was a pass.
What is this?
Oh man!
Oh, your
brought
boy.
this video.
Your boy. Ben Shapiro.
It's Philly boy, man. It's Philly boy Ben Shapiro here, though. Is Philly still here? He must have left. No, he back.
Nah,
Oh,
he
he
left.
came back. No, he came back just for this video. some right wing nigga from Britain exposed this nigga, man.
He got him. Yeah, he was like,
Apparently, he destroyed Ben Shapiro.
That a bill banning
abortions after a woman has been.
What you said?
God damn, who got that echo?
It's Philly,
That's
probably.
me.
Oh.
Oh, let him marinate. Hold up.
Let no, on a 1 minute video, nigga.
Let me get my headphones. Nah, yeah, I heard. He even tweeted about it. He's like, man, I lost that one.
I mean, there's another one he lost too. He lost a couple.
If he's man enough to admit it, that's what's up.
Stop. Shut up. Apparently, this nigga has a whole website. Still echo.
A real man. I got it now, man. A real man can admit when he take a L, man.
Yeah,
Not
when
like
he
he's
gets
beta.
Nah, nigga.
We need to add that to the board. Beta.
Beta. Oh, you talking about the
Beta.
soundboard? Oh,
Amazing.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Got to deal with that
You got a
cutting
girl
out. Yeah, Ben been exposed several times. Like, there's tons of videos up on YouTube about this nigga. How you talk about feelings don't care about facts, but when it comes to abortion, it's all feelings for this nigga, though.
Let it be known. Who the hell got that background, man? I've never been like unapologetically a Ben Shapiro fanboy. That was put upon me by Bush as a title that I had no parts in approving.
I mean, it's just one video.
But I don't agree with this man about a lot of things. So with that said,
let's play the video. Yeah.
Let's watch this man take a L.
Why is it that a bill banning abortions after a woman has been pregnant for 6 weeks is not a return to the Dark Ages? What's your answer?
My answer is something called science. Human life exists at conception. It ought to be protected. Now, back to my question to you. You purport to be an objective journalist. BBC purports to be an objective down-the-middle network. It obviously is not. It never has been. And you, as a journalist, are proceeding to call one side of the political aisle ignorant, barbaric.
For no reason, dog. Niggas just asking them questions, dog. Like,
that motherfucker.
Go ahead.
He did not eat. He did not. That man did not eat breakfast, man. You normally sharper than this, but he was like, man, fuck it, agenda. You got an agenda. He got an agenda. Science, nigga. Man, wilding out, bro.
He went mask off on this nigga for no reason, dog.
Yeah, fuck it, no reason.
Now, back to the Dark Ages. Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest? Seriously, it's a serious question.
Mr. Shapiro, if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it. I just asked you a question.
And I asked you a question. You failed to answer a single one of mine. Frankly, I find this whole thing a waste of time. If you want to read the book and critique the book, why don't you read and critique the book? If you want to critique me, you can think whatever you want of me.
Why don't you
frankly,
just try and
I don't
answer
care.
the
I don't frankly
This
give a
nigga,
damn what
this
you
is-
think of me since I've
Can
never
I,
heard of
can
you.
I get this as a pause?
Yeah,
Make it a pause. This is how truth argues. Like, this is why me and Truth don't get along. Ben Shapiro is arguing like motherfucking truth, man.
I had an argument with Truth today though about
about nothing. About
Oh
nothing.
man, it was going on for too long.
Did he turn up like Ben did in his video or no?
Yeah.
I mean,
Just kept talking.
He started going with the insults, man. We gonna put it up on this podcast. He started going up. We started saying insults and shit.
But this, I was just listening to it, and I'm not trying to deflect. Ben Shapiro was on some bullshit. But just as an aside, I felt like I was listening to Truth when I'm listening to this nigga Ben Shapiro right now. which, if anything, means Truth. If you're listening, you would think it got more common ground than maybe you might have initially thought. Maybe give him a chance, man.
Yeah,
but
Truth said he didn't like him. I remember that.
And I've never heard of you until I briefed myself for this. But that's not the issue. You have a new book out, and it's an interesting book. But my point is, your book claims that
it'd be nice if you would quote it from time to time.
Your book is, well, actually, I've done so
as is, I need to interrupting the fuck out of
several times, and I'm about to do so again. If you would let me just finish the question. Your book claims that society is turning its back on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah,
what are those values? What are the values it's turning its back?
Mr. Pearl said it's my show, nigga.
I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you as an interviewer. So I think we're done here. I appreciate your time, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time and for showing that anger is not part of American political discourse. Now, Mr. Shapiro, we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, that dude's a right winger too.
The facts don't care about you.
That's a lie for this
that nigga the hand.
Alfred, fuck that nigga ass. Hey, he just asked him questions about his book, but it talked about the contradictions of it and shit, man.
This nigga said on page 8, paragraph 7, fuck you, nigga. I'm tired of this, man. Everybody got an agenda.
Agendas are running rampant now, dog. What you talking about, brother?
That nigga did get ambushed, dog. He did not know he was gonna come to talk about that book, dog. He did not. He didn't know that, dog.
That shit was crazy, man.
He used his own book against him. He got mad and shit.
Yeah.
No, from what I'm seeing, it just looked like this nigga just. I don't know, man.
No. You gotta watch the full thing, man. He was
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was bringing up parts of his book and shit. So yeah.
Rose had a Mac, dog.
Yeah. So he was bringing up shit. He was bringing up shit he said previously up again in an interview to to dispute the shit he was saying currently. So he's fucking with him that way.
That nigga had his number, dog. He
was prepared.
I mean, but hey, man. Ben Shapiro, he the GOAT, dog. And everybody take
call that nigga the GOAT.
The conservative Mount Rushmore is Ben Shapiro, Jesse, and fucking Candace.
Jesse slow ass ain't up there. Stop, nigga.
Oh yeah, Jesse definitely up there.
Jesse is like what is Jesse like? I'm trying to figure.
Retarded?
No.
He like him in handicap.
He like is he like a Joe Rogan or some shit? No, he not.
Dang, Bob, man, stop trashing my man Joe.
That's what I'm saying.
He gives an unbiased platform for interviewers or interviewees, and y'all niggas hate him. I'm
saying, look, Joe considers himself to be liberal, and Jesse considers himself to be right, but yet they bring on different types of. Jesse bring on left, Joe bring on right, man.
Well, compared to Destiny.
But Philly, do you not see a problem with the way Joe Rogan gives platform to these niggas?
Look, here's my thing. As I feel, never at one point has this man agreed with the radical views of the conservatives on his podcast. Rather, he conducts the interview like, okay, with what you're saying is being true, let's go deeper into it. He's provided what niggas have been asking for the longest time, which is an unbiased platform that either people on the left or the right can come up and make their points heard without being just attacked. You know, and that's why he consistently gets these crazy fucking these right-wing motherfuckers to show up, because they know that they're not just gonna get embarrassed. They're at least gonna get the chance to say whatever bullshit they gotta say, bullshit as it may be.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ultimately, left or right, don't we all seek to have like an unbiased platform? Isn't that the goal with media, at least from the consumer side? And every he doesn't not bring on liberals also. So I I don't understand what the problem is.
No. So I'm not focused on the conservative liberal standpoint. I'm focused on a policy standpoint. Bring on somebody. Let's say they're talking about for example, the border wall, right? And let's say they said, okay, this many amount of wall has been created. Let's say 50 miles, but in actuality, they only built 10. But they're talking about the 50 miles been there, and they're kind of shifting their facts to where it's not necessarily wrong, but it's not 100% true. And they're taking away from the legitimacy of that.
So what then, as a host, do you expect them to do?
Okay, so I think we should not give people like Alex Jones, because what they're saying is blatantly wrong.
Wow.
And we know it's wrong. And even giving people like Alex Jones and Ben Shapiro a platform to speak on, yes, they have freedom of speech, and there's nothing I can do about that. But entertaining that and giving them a platform such as Joe Rogan is legitimizing what they're saying to somebody.
Okay, so the alternative is that so conservative people should have a platform on this show, but only ones that have been fact checked. I don't really get it.
100%. Because you can't lie about facts. You obviously he can go on there and Alex Jones can go on there and
I got a phone call. I'm just saying, you don't feel as though there's ever been like a liberal that maybe hasn't said 100% the truth on the show?
No, by there has been, yes. But if you're gonna host somebody, you should do your research and pull up the facts. So when they say something that's bullshit, you just don't let them talk without correcting them. Because then what they just said is now set in stone.
Interesting.
Shout out, Joe.
What time is it? Oh shit, it's 1:30. Shit.
Yes, like it's getting
I gotta wake up in like 5 hours.
Damn.
You think you gonna make it?
Oh yeah, I left. I'm back.
No.
I'm sorry about that. I came back.
Rise and shine, get the bread.
I am
Marcel and Philly had that little debate.
Man, Philly got to leave and shit through the whole conversation.
And that shit went dead silent. Somebody said awkward pause. And that's it. I mean, I wasn't here.
I thought someone was gonna say something. That's why I was quiet, bro. one side is saying that niggas that got powerful conversations like Alex Jones need to be quiet. The other side saying let them niggas speak.
Wait, Epic. You said power conversation? What?
Alex Jones was a powerful man at one point, dog.
No, I'm not denying that he influenced, the minds of dumb conservatives. By all means, yes, he did. But that
not just conservatives, nigga.
Did the man not speak facts though about water killing the frogs?
No.
Did he not tell
that
us
nigga? That nigga said that Sandy Hook was a conspiracy. He said that the government was putting chemicals inside water to make frogs gay. What's that nigga said?
Is it not birth control and shit like that in the water, dog? Okay, you
but
said
no. So no.
Listen.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Dragon Ball Z catcher.
Epic, real quick. Epic. What you're doing is you're taking. I'm going specifically of what he said, right? He ain't have no facts. He ain't have no statistics. He ain't have. He said the government's putting shit in our water and they're making the frogs gay. Sandy Hook was a conspiracy theories. They hired actors and shit, and we need to go after them. We need to attack the families of these children, right? So when you take when you take his argument, and then when you have to break down what he said to me to try to prove what he's saying, then that nigga is wrong, because most niggas won't do that. Most niggas will be like, what? The government's doing what? Those Sandy Hook parents are fucking actors. I gotta go get them. There was a family of one of the children who had to move like 3 or 4 times because they were getting death threats from the same people. So Alex Jones is just a perpetuator of violence.
I'll say he talks about what they want him to talk to him about.
Hey, yo,
so, man.
Let's move on. Let's move to the next video.
Ooh, what video are we looking at now?
I don't know. Let's see, man. Ooh.
Macaroni?
Because I'm scratching my Dragon Balls. we got a new
Wow.
person in the chat. Oh, shit.
Shout out to the new person.
New challenger.
Stick around for all the new
this shit says boxer versus crowd. Yeah, there's only 2 niggas in here now. Damn, where y'all niggas went?
But it's getting late, boys. I'm not.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
Y'all ain't got nothing to do, Craig.
This might be the last.
Oh, we might have to cut it short. Yeah. I mean, let me see. Hold up. Let me see.
Let me see this boxer beat these niggas' asses.
Woo.
All right. So we're gonna have to let's just watch this video, then we finish off some other time. All right. Yo, what up?
You in the stream?
Yeah.
Whew. He's not about to beat all these niggas' asses. Oh, yeah, he about to turn.
Gotta kiss that man? What is this? What's going on?
What country is this?
I have no idea.
But they still got cars from like 60s. Look at that car, dude.
Might be somewhere in Europe, dog.
Okay.
Damn.
That boy got hands.
Damn. That's his man,
dog.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That boy got hands too quick, man.
Boy, he dropped like 3-4 people just now. He laid him out.
I mean, that's why boxers can't fight, man. Like he hit them. He hit everybody that wrestling where they needed to be hit at, man.
What you mean boxers can't fight? He just beat his ass. He just beat 4 niggas.
No, I'm saying they can't. They not allowed to fight civilians and shit.
Oh. He just knocked that nigga out.
Beat the niggas
Those are clearly not niggas, Marcel. Those are towel heads.
Tap. Hey, look. We gonna
chill, nigga, chill. Shit.
Called him towel head.
Let's finish. Let's told you. Let's finish.
He Ali for real.
Boy, that nigga just killed that nigga. Ooh.
That nigga out. That Jesus. That boy asleep. That's Anthony Joshua, man.
Stop. Bro, he's calling 911 because he knocked his ass out.
He coming Muhammad, dog. Shit. Pray for this man.
Why didn't they rush this man? They roll up on that nigga like some cartoon villains, one at a time and shit.
That's brotherhood, man.
He was really stepping back and knocking niggas out.
Yeah.
If it was a nigga, he would still be getting stumped on, man. His shoes would have been gone. Muhammad and them, they know how to protect their fallen brother, man. His $20 and $30 bills, he still got his ticking time bombs on his chest and everything. He would be home safe until he blew up something.
Oh, that's the end of the stream. No.
Wow.
Saying nigga, if it was a black person, they would be stomping his ass still.
They would be stomping on him.
You know how these savages are. That's why I can kind of agree with Marcel. It's like, hey, I can't beat all these niggas' asses, so I'll shoot a nigga.
That's what the baby did.
Yeah, I see. But that was only one nigga, though. Hell, it'd be different. He shot like 15 niggas and they was on him. I can understand that. But if it's one nigga, like, come on, man, screw up with the nigga.
Look, sometimes niggas do go too far. They be stumping a nigga a little bit too long, man. And that nigga end up dead.
I mean, look,
Be stumping the shit out of.
those Russian cartoon characters stump that nigga out just long enough, just for him to feel disrespected but not get hurt.
Oh shit!
They stomp a nigga ass so damn hard, turn that nigga to damn Professor X and shit.
My man, what was it? Don't be a menace. They stumped that nigga flat.
Don't be a menace.
Yeah, don't be. They turn a nigga into a pancake.
Let me find that shit.
They turn a nigga into a pancake.
And the funny thing is, that was the same nigga that was what was that? Damn. In the movie South Central, whatever, they was that girl's cousin shit. So they got like the same actor and shit to get stumped out.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, they did. You ain't even watch South Central, did you, nigga?
Yeah, I did watch the original, man.
Fucking on old boy.
Jada Pinkett still fine ass Jada, man. Knock her old cougar ass down, man. Anyway,
she was bad back then, nigga. Now not so much.
Nah, she's still bad. I don't give a fuck. Let's watch this stuff video.
She was so bad, I ain't even recognize that Jada. I was like, damn. That's Jada.
You ain't winning nothing anyway. And the money that you do win, I'll jack you for it.
Yep, same nigga.
Hey, which one of y'all is ashtray? What's up, partner?
Ashtray the
you got my
game.
boy toothpick girlfriend pregnant, partner. Me? Yeah, you. Hey, brother, man. What's up?
First of all, this is the dumbest shit ever. Why would you roll up on a nigga with his crew, though? That's the dumbest. Like he wanted to get stumped.
That's what happened in the movie,
I'm just
didn't
taking crazy. Like, you must not have heard me, partner. Hey, Trey. Let me handle this as a gentleman, all right? Hey, my man. You know, my man say you don't want no trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, they got a. Is that a nun? What the fuck?
Yeah. Damn. Bro, imagine somebody jump on you. Your ass beat.
After stomping one of Toothpick's boys, we knew we had to go get some backup.
Anyway, Marcel.
What's up, bro?
We doing the watch together. We still talking about this.
Watch together. We talking about how savages be stumping on
What is
niggas,
this?
bro. Some people be knocking out niggas.
What'd you say? Knocking out niggas.
Yeah, man, shit. Savages be stumping on niggas till like turn their ass to cornbread and meal and shit. They be
Oh
niggas to
wait,
watermelon
you watching that shit from Don't Be a Menace?
Yeah. But your people, man, y'all knock out a nigga, man. Shit, everybody gather around a nigga. He still got his shoes, still got his wallet and shit.
Step on. Bro, they really turned that nigga into a pancake, bro.
Get the fuck out of here, yo, Epic, man. You a Anglo-Saxon, dog. Stop that shit.
How am I Anglo-Saxon, dog?
You from the Caucasus Mountains, dog.
Do you even know
where you originate from?
Can you even spell Anglo-Saxon, Philly?
Motherfucking Gentile, dog. Fuck out of here, man.
You don't even know what a Gentile is, brother.
Nigga, we the original Jews. What type shit is you on, dog?
You the original Gentile, brother.
No, fuck out of here. You the original.
I know you gonna watch that mixed-ish show, my brother. Mixed-ish.
What?
Blackish, brownish.
No, I don't fuck with that ish shit. I never watched that episode.
Shit, man.
You know a nigga mad he call you brother though. Brother? That's a slur, man.
Brother.
No, man. No, listen, handsome. You on that bullshit? Call that
nigga Loaded like, listen, handsome.
Bullshit.
Call a man handsome and shit.
I ain't trying to hear all that.
You gotta hit the nigga with a compliment before you whoop his ass, man. Listen, handsome. You know?
Fucking, I don't know, man. Black Epic on that Edomite shit, dog. Ain't trying to hear all that.
Edible. Edomite.
Let me see out this trailer real quick, dog.
Run that mix shit. I ain't seen that shit yet. Let's play this. Nah, I ain't say meek, nigga. I said mix-ish, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, here you go, right here.
Don't tell me it's a show about mixed people.
I don't know what it's
Oh, is this that, oh, I love this shit.
They got your girl, Ellis Ross in there, man. Big ass, fat ass, man. Mulatto Dragon.
tip of your finger touch the tip of your nose. Now, in a circular motion, rub your stomach and pat
Rubber
your
baby
head while
bubbles.
saying rubber baby buggy bumpers.
I hate my gums because they black.
Yo.
I hate the fact that Forrest Whitaker. No.
Yeah, this movie hilarious. It's a classic, man.
Yeah.
Now walk slowly toward the car.
This and scary movies like they best films, dog.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It was just funny.
That ain't even the right scene. Hold up.
Don Juan, what the fuck were you doing with Don Juan?
Push, what is on your clipboard?
What you talking about?
You can't control prostitutes without fear. Part 8.
Is that not a lie? Is it not facts?
I mean, it is. Bush, what are you watching?
No, they sent this shit to me, dog. The niggas posted this.
Well, don't watch it, man. Watch my mix.
When you have a number of females, problems start.
Hold up.
This nigga's a pimp for real?
Yeah.
That's he a real life pimp. Let's play this shit first.
That's Snoop Dogg and his people.
Why is he not in jail?
This is mix-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with Vlad, man. I'm not playing that shit.
Watermelon-ish. Take me on.
I love this song.
Cause I'm a mulatto.
Hi, I'm Rainbow Johnson. I'm a doctor, a wife, and a mother to 5
And a mulatto.
beautiful children. But as I watched them grow into the people they are today, I realized they don't know my story.
You grew up in a cult. It's amazing I ever met you.
Well, we actually wouldn't have ever met if the elders hadn't gotten arrested.
Wait, what?
Well, they didn't get arrested. They got.
Wait, so hold up. So this is basically just Blackish, but from her point of view.
Her point of view of having a white daddy in a bed when his mama here.
Why the fuck you insult the black woman but not the white?
Hold up, did you not hear what the bitch said in the show?
Oh
They grew
my
up in
God.
a cult. C-U-L-T, cult.
I thought she was joking about that shit. Wasn't that a joke?
Nah,
that was a
watch
joke.
the trailer, nigga. Watch the fucking trailer.
Okay.
Well, they didn't get arrested. They got detained for 3 to 5 years.
What?
Look at
In
this
the
slave
summer of
ass shit.
1985, I was
Look at this
12
coon
years
ass
old.
shit. These niggas
I
on
was
motherfucking
living with my
slave farm,
family
nigga.
on a
Get the
commune.
fuck out of here, spooks.
Oh
And
my
look, they
God.
got white Jesus at the table.
Hey, dude, wait. Oh, I see right here.
Go back.
Together,
They got
and
white
even
Jesus
slept
at the
together.
table, nigga.
I would
Oh,
have told
shit.
you it was perfect.
ATF, freeze!
But the government would have told you we were a radicalized cult in violation of over 40.
So they actual cult. Damn.
My motherfucker. I told you.
7 ATF
Y'all
regulations.
motherfucking bitches idolizing white men.
While the rest
And
of
white
the
men
world
got
was
their hoes up in
inaugurating
coats,
Reagan
bruh,
into his
in
second
Dubai,
term
sucking
and
their
worrying
ass and
about
blowing their
AIDS,
doodle, man.
famine, and the crack epidemic, my peaceful little world had been taken away. I know this place might seem different.
Hey, hippies.
Harrison Jackson III was my grandfather.
I'm gonna make more
Damn, they all these interracial relationships here, man.
real world money to pay for this real world
Yo, shit.
house that your entire family's survival is dependent upon.
She fine, by the way.
They always
that's why I hate
pounds,
guns.
man. They ain't going for damn
My little brother
cookies and
Johan looked at everything like one great big magical adventure.
Bet you it's a portal to another dimension. Guess that's settled. Never using that thing.
My little sister Santa Monica complained like a woman with no kids on her 3rd divorce, which interestingly enough she would eventually become. And when we got to school, we got introduced to the real world
I'm too little to die.
real quick.
What are you weirdos mixed with?
What's mixed?
My parents had sent us out into the world with absolutely no warning that being mixed was even a thing. Imagine being the new kid when no one in the world is like you.
I don't like they doing that shit.
Keep
They
playing.
went,
They
they went
do.
extra far to create this specific scenario.
I know, right? They doing it.
But you have to
These y'all Issa
understand,
Rae,
today's
dog.
mixed
This shit
kids
y'all
can
say
look
ain't
up
got no fucking agenda, my
I
nigga.
love Issa Rae, by the way.
Y'all say y'all ain't down for the confusion, but it
ballerinas,
is.
athletes, a president, and a princess. The
Bitch,
only
they ain't no
heroes we
princess, but
had
whatever.
were
She a
DeBarge.
duchess.
Don't worry about what other kids think. They're idiots.
And I want to be one of them. I want to be an idiot so bad.
tell me you didn't send these babies to school looking like this.
What's wrong with how we look?
Sweetie, you know Auntie Dee Dee loves you very much, but you look like a runaway house slave.
No.
The world smacked you in the face today, didn't it? You can tell.
Yeah, I don't. This shit is so bad looking, man. It might be
These y'all
alright.
niggas, bro. This is the black media that y'all praise, my nigga Ryan Coogler and them ABC and them niggas.
Ryan Coogler. Don't you drag Ryan Coogler in? He ain't nothing to do with this shit.
Dragging that nigga in this shit, dog. It's that Martin Luther King shit. Y'all want to integrate so y'all can have dreams and fetishize with white bitches. That the white man can slide in y'all black sisters and take all the fire while y'all stuck with ghetto trash, man.
Yo,
I know. History repeats itself in the shows of y'all fucking media, dog. This is the new slave media
Marcel,
right here,
you gonna
dog.
let this nigga talk about you like that, dog?
Yeah, you gonna let you? I mean, yeah, you just let that nigga say that
Marcel,
about you.
represent, dog. You mixed, ain't you, Marcel?
Oh, Marcel left.
Yeah, he know bad shit when he see it. He know bad shit when he see it. This is his damn generation of bullshit, dog. He can laugh.
That nigga left, man. Damn. Let's finish it out. Let's finish this shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, we almost
Tell
done.
me. It did. It really did.
In the summer of 1985,
We are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
I was 12 years old.
Guns. Relax, hippie. Water guns are every child's Second Amendment right. Pew, 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 pew.
And my life changed forever.
They got the whitest song. They cater to the. They got the whitest fucking song ever to play in this trailer.
This is not for black folks. This is not. For
Yeah,
black
it's
folks.
not. It's not. It's not.
This is not for
Y'all
no.
black sisters and
It's not.
mamas
Yeah,
and
it's not made for black folks at all,
to
man.
want
I
to
don't
bounce
think
their
it is.
black ass booties on a white man,
Oh
dog.
my
This is
God.
what it's for. It's for the dream of squirrels, dog.
I mean, ain't those statistics show that black women are most loyal to black men? I think I saw that statistic out there. So that's not true at all. They are the least likely to date outside their race. Let me find this shit, though.
Find this shit and share it, dog. Cause sharing is caring.
Let me
Like I
find
said,
it.
I know at least a few damn big witches in my fucking family, dog. So I mean, hey, it is.
Damn.
I know, man. I know. Shit, I be roasting their ass too and roasting the damn kids too, dog. I love the little niggas, but it's like shit. You get uppity with me, I'll slap the shit out your little creamy ass, man. Don't play. The only way they get a nigga pass because they damn mama or they damn dad is black. That's it. That's the only reason.
Hey, yo, Epic.
What up?
You retarded.
No, I'm a realist.
You a real retard.
Oh shit, yo, let me find that.
Niggas realistically retarded.
Nah, man. We keep it good in the South. You had to move all the way to Texas, somewhere in the mid-South or mid-West or whatever to get
South
away
is
from
nobody think. Where you even from, Epic? You from North Carolina?
Tennessee.
Don't nobody think of no goddamn Tennessee. If somebody said, "What's more South to you, Texas or Tennessee?" They'd be like, "Texas."
Man,
You
I don't
damn
know.
near. You on the East Coast? I ain't trying to hear all that.
Man, y'all got them Mexicans down there, man.
Yes, sir.
All them illegals.
What?
They had in them damn hotels, man, them dumpster trucks and dumpster diving for pizza crust.
Dog, them illegal bitches be having the best pussy.
Some do. I ain't gonna even front on that shit. Some do, but some come over here with the beat up stretch mark shit and they damn leche for babies and all that stuff. They be lactating on you.
Hey, yo, I got some shit pulled though. Hold up, I got some shit pulled though. I don't know if this is let me see.
You talk about for a video or for somebody to read?
It's probably it ain't a video at all.
All right, we're gonna post it, man.
Why he typed cool.
As an aside, man, I went to the emergency room today, man.
Oh shit.
For real? Damn.
Yeah, nah, man. So I was at work the other night and my ass took a dump, right? Like, I think what fucked me up was I had to shit the whole day, but I was in such a rush. Like, I had to get my hair cut, then I had to go to work. And then at my job, it got busy. So right before I was about to leave, I held in this doodle for like, I don't know, at least 10 hours. And I went and I took a dump. And then I like finished my work and I started to feel sick. And then I threw up. And I was like, oh man, it's so fucking weird. But let me just rock out till I get home. I go home, sleep, wake up, I'm throwing up again. I go to the damn, my girl like, hey, go to the goddamn fucking clinic, a doctor, emergency room, something. I said, yeah, all right, fine. So I went to the emergency room because it's the only place open on Sunday. And then the doctor was like, God damn it, nigga, like you was on the verge of death. No, he ain't say that.
Damn.
But he was like, what happened was you probably got food poisoning, and then as a result, you shit and vomited your fucking life away. So you dehydrated now. So we're gonna give you these pills for anti-nausea, and then we want you to just, like he said, drink water, nigga. He said, like, no more Hennessy for your black ass.
I told you about drinking water, man.
I'm drinking a lot of water. He said get some Gatorade too. I got the red Gatorade on deck, and then I'm eating these saltine crackers and shit, and I'm about to make me some soup.
Yeah,
But,
man.
I'm feeling good.
That's good.
Don't
man.
go out
You
like a
ain't
nigga,
dying
dog.
like that. So don't go out like no nigga. Don't go out with high blood pressure and shit, man.
Exactly. On some dialysis
Don't
shit.
let the
You
salt
got a
kill
damn
you, nigga.
iron liver and shit.
Hey, yo, I did find the thing. It talked about this shit was made in 2010, and it talks about marriage. So least likely to marry outside of their own race. So yeah.
Did you link it?
I think it's linked. It's linked.
You linked that other coon shit, so I'll go back and look at that then.
I think
It's another thing. It's another thing that's promoting some bullshit too. Though. Let me see if I can find it. This thing is called abolition or some shit. I want y'all to look at this shit too. Like I said, I ain't coming at y'all with no bullshit when I tell y'all some motherfucking agenda out here to damn confuse niggas and shit.
Hey yo, man, I just debunked your one agenda. Hey, let's let's play the rest of this trailer.
This shit done, ain't it?
Yeah, it is done actually.
Let me see if I can find another video real quick. Like I said, it's the damn agenda. They out here taking all the fine Nubian sisters and leaving us with damn crack holes and shit.
Oh, stop, man. Yo, is this
speaking facts, man?
What is this? Offset forgets who he is on the Breakfast Club. What the fuck is this?
Do anything for clout, anything.
Oh, the
the
transgender agenda explained. Oh, I gotta see this. Hold up.
Anything.
Hold up. Yeah, let's run this shit, dog.
What you doing?
This video, this epic shit right here, transgender agenda explained, dog.
Oh yeah, David Icke is a white man explaining it, man. You know it's gonna be the business.
Look at the transgender situation. We live in a world now where everything has to be black and white. You're for us or you're against us. You're good or you're bad. You're black or you're white. When everything is a shade of grey. Everything, the truth is always somewhere in between the polarities. So if you look at the transgender thing, again, it comes under this heading of, if it's the agenda, you won't have the right for another opinion. Because if you're trying to sell the idea that there is no biological difference between men and women, well, you're on a loser, because you can't win that debate. But if you silence the opposition and you intimidate them into silence through abuse and all the rest of it that comes from that, then you...
Are you talking about the other side get abused?
I think he's talking about like they're trying to sell the transgender thing by making people afraid to speak up about it because inherently it don't make no sense.
Yeah, and he's saying that the other side, people that are speaking the truth, getting abused and shit. That's yeah.
See,
you don't have to win the
see how you side with a white man over me, dog? It's cool. I know.
I ain't side with nothing. I'm just stating his points, nigga. What the fuck?
This nigga, like this, let a nigga say he kind of saying some bullshit.
Yeah.
But he's saying it with a British accent, so niggas is on board.
Anyway.
No, he's saying it with a white man's accent. Go on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why your stupid ass gave us a video. Did you give us? Who gave us this video? Somebody.
Of course, there is no debate, and your view will prevail, and we're seeing it prevail all the time. Now, this is the difference. If people feel that they're in the wrong body, that's none of my business. It's their business. And if they want to self-identify as a sex different to their body, good luck to you, mate. It's your right to do that, and B, it's none of my business. But that's not what it's about. That's
so here's the big kicker right here. So he admitted that it's none of his business, and that's more. Most of the complaints come from like it ain't none of your business. Why you thinking about it? You're not fucking a transgender. So he gonna explain how it's an agenda to make sense why they attacking it so much. So
it's the foot in the door. The foot in the door says.
Wait, is this the gateway to the pedophilia shit? Is this what his agenda? Is this what he's talking about?
It might be.
Must not discriminate against transgender people. Okay, my hands go up.
Man, like he's smarter than a white
Absolutely
man.
agree with you. I shouldn't discriminate against anybody.
Oh, you a racist, Abby? Fuck you, cool ass nigga.
But that's when it starts, and then it starts to move. And now suddenly you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't have this opinion, you can't have that opinion. If you're a parent and you don't like what's being taught to your kids at school, then you're a bigot and you are anti, you're a transphobic, and the whole thing expands from the initial we mustn't discriminate against transgender people, and now we have this situation now where if you argue against toilets for boys, girls, or anybody in a school, where the girls at the school are kind of intimidated and don't like it, well, you're kind of transphobic. Now, this is what happens when the agenda kicks in, and we won't have time to go into it now, but I go into it in the books, particularly my last book, about what this transgender agenda is really about. It's nothing, absolutely nothing to do with stopping discrimination against transgender people. Nothing. There's a much longer goal.
Is any of this about that stuff, or is it just about the control and the ultimate limiting of information? And is it all about the same goal?
It's all about the same goal. But you know, if we have the time to go into the whole the technology agenda and the AI agenda, then maybe I could bring it in there. But the point being that
look, technology AI. That's yo.
Augmented reality and shit.
Okay, damn. Is he going to Alex Jones route? I gotta play it.
Bro, stop and just play the damn video.
Agenda. Everything gets ridden over.
We gotta say something about it. We can't just play the full out video, nigga. Like why else are we here, nigga? We gotta say something.
Just because you don't know about 1804, man, don't mean that no one else do or don't know. 1884, my bad, I'm tripping. 1884.
I thought talking about Haiti or some shit. 1804.
No. Oh shit, what the fuck am I saying? 1984. I'm extra fucking tripping. 1984, the Orwellian shit. 1984, not 1804.
Oh, you talking about the the big little, what's the Big Brother or some shit, spying on everybody, all that shit.
Big Brother is, nigga. Why you think they ain't gonna companies are deleting their Facebook accounts and shit? I want to say it may have been Zumba or something. It was some fucking fitness entertainment company or whatever that had like 2 million followers or something on Facebook. They deleted their damn account, but they know Facebook on some bullshit.
Is it really necessary to spy on everyone when niggas expose themselves? Like people filming themselves. Like,
no, we got a grid out here, and everybody knows that whatever you put on the internet don't get deleted. It stays on there, go some damn where. That's why we got these damn satellites and shit, dog. Like we got these big ass like servers and storage and stuff.
I mean, they ain't even gotta waste their time. They could easily just make more programs to allow niggas to stream themselves, and they'll do it. Like they'll do it by themselves. There's no need to force anybody to do anything, though, or be secretive with it.
I mean, if you say it like that, dog, hell, sooner or later it's gonna be like China, where we can't put out shit that's against the damn code and regulation, because they'll automatically know who the hell sent it, and they'll come down and do something to your ass.
So you drop your 10-4 hat.
I mean, even if it ain't, they could do something to you. I mean, they might have some kind of like, what's this shit called? Some kind of society points, some shit like that. Because China got that kind of shit now, where they got like some kind of society system or some kind of system points that they have or whatever, where if they do going against the government, they might get their shit decreased. So that it's kind of like they welfare check or whatever. It's like it's them or whatever. It's like it's us, but it's like your fucking genetic code or some shit like that. They don't know, some kind of crazy shit.
He said they spying through data tracking and all that shit. I mean, look, that might be true and all, but what is the end goal?
Okay.
What is the end goal of that? Like, why?
The NWO, brother. The only way to go.
There's no reason to do that. Like,
Bro, what are you saying?
Like, people with power. What's the point of having power when you gotta hide everything you do? Power does shit right in front of your fucking face.
Hiding anything. They put it out in the open, and y'all dumbasses just don't want to accept and see it for what it is, dog.
That's what I'm telling you. You talking about this grand conspiracy?
Dog,
like what do they hope? Look, I
it's just like the Matrix, dog. You got Cypher. He knew what the Matrix was, but guess what? He still wanted to get back into the Matrix. He wanted to be like a mayor or some shit. Even he said in the damn movie, bro, the ignorance is bliss or whatever. Because it's like, nigga, y'all know what the hell going on, y'all still just go willing.
Look, to keep us in check, they got a series of complex systems already in place to keep us in check. They don't need this extra nonsense.
Video games, movies.
Like, it's way more complicated than what y'all talking about.
All right, man. Like I said, this ain't for you. This for the
that shit already in place.
I know it's in place, though.
Yo.
Like I said, you and Philly probably the same niggas drinking out of tap water right now. Just getting bottled water versus getting alcohol water.
Okay. Look, man. I already told you niggas I don't really fuck with this Illuminati shit because it's the dumbest shit in the world. To think
I ain't saying Illuminati, dog. I'm talking about secret societies and the oligarchs. You didn't even know what the fuck an oligarch was.
That shit stupid. I mean, I know.
So,
look, like, what do they hope? Look, my every time I ask one of you niggas, what do they hope to gain? I mean, you told me something about some spirits and shit. Like, what is the end goal of this? When you already have power, when you already are able to manipulate things in a way in your favor. Why even take it a step further? You already winning the fucking game.
They do. Like I said, they haven't even done anything and everything they even plan on doing. Like I said, they still got to kill half of the population, though. They ain't dead that shit yet.
I mean, population. I mean, that's some shit that's on the horizon.
I'm talking about the world population, bro. Like, it's gonna be like 2/3 of every fucking body gonna be dead, dog.
Okay, and that shit is so far out from where we are now that. There's no reason to even think about it.
How many times you think about this? Yo. I'm just saying. You laughing, bro. Google how many times we've come close to motherfuckers pushing bombs and nuking a fucking damn town in a city in a fucking state. Google how many times we've had that.
I don't see how that, and it has anything to do with population control, man.
It's the same thing, bro. Fucking nuke down. They shut down fucking Alabama.
They not nuking niggas like Thanos for the benefit of the world, nigga. They nuking niggas because they angry about some shit.
It's not for the benefit of the world. Hell, if you got less, think about it. You got fucking 15 million people that's fucking free thinkers, this, that, and the third, or whatever. And you got something that you can control. Hell, if you kill half the fucking population, everyone else gonna fucking fall in line. Obviously, shoot.
What? Well, no. Just because you kill half the population don't mean everybody gonna fall in line. That's stupid. Why even make that assumption? The fuck? Especially if the main group is smaller than the majority of the people. Like, you wouldn't automatically fall in line just because you seen them kill like half the population. Like, what the fuck? Well, that don't make sense.
That's happening. Then the mark of the beast happening.
That's just stupid.
Let's play the video, man.
According to y'all, they already control everything, so why the fuck do they gotta have it when they already in full control? Like, what are y'all talking about?
Bruh, they control everything, but at the same time, bruh, the Western society is falling, and then we finna get the rise of the East, bro. We finna get Eastern Europe, we finna get China, stuff like that happen, so yeah.
So since China is rising, so is China the new secret society and Illuminati now? Did they take the place of the white man?
No, because like I said, bro, we got stuff that happened in U.S. history that really don't kind of really involve China, dog. Like I said, it's the same people that's like how, what's the word I want to say, Native Americans and, like Mexicans and shit. They like the same people and shit. They got like the same backgrounds and shit like that, but they call themselves different things. So like I said, China and Caucasians or whatever, or Asian and Caucasians or whatever, they the same people. Like I said, Trump went to go see Caucasian countries. He didn't went to go see no shithole countries. He went to go see China. He went to go see Russia,
I mean,
and he went to
I already
see
know this.
Israel.
I don't see how what that.
Well then, so y'all acting like them Google Gal people is something totally fucking different. They're the same damn folks. So obviously, like I said, China and Russia, man, they next up.
Okay.
Play the video, man.
I almost don't want to play this shit. You saying that stupid shit again? All right, man.
Don't get scared, now, nigga. Don't get scared.
Ain't nobody scared. People know about chemical warfare, all that other different types of shit, man. I'm just trying
It's the same thing, dog.
I'm just trying to see how, like a group of people can control all this shit happening and have continuously done it since the beginning of time. You tell me it's spirits.
Not the beginning of time. See, that's where you messing up at. It hasn't been since the beginning of time. It's only been like about 2,000 years, perhaps, like since Caucasian came into power or whatnot. Because you had like the Persians, you had the Babylonians, you had all those empires, whatever, Caucasian empire. So yeah, it hasn't been like, it'll be different if they was like ruling in the Egyptian days. Then we could be like, oh yeah, it was like since the beginning of time. It's only been like about 2,000 years, dog.
Yeah, this shit is stupid, bro. I'm just trying to better understand what this nigga talking about. Because I used to be on this shit. I used to watch Alex Jones, all that shit. But then I realized Alex Jones, all that shit, all that stupid shit. Then I realized the only reason I feel this way is because I don't know shit. And I gotta simplify it as a group of niggas in a room to better try to understand it when it's really way more complicated than that. It's a series of systems. It's different amounts of people, different countries. Everything is interconnected, but it's not like everybody agreed to a certain plan or something. Like y'all niggas need to get off of that stupid shit. Let's watch the video.
Give you an example. There was the feminist movement, and the feminist movement wanted more equality for women. Okay, my hands go up again. And not discriminating against women.
Hey, what's wrong with that nigga hands? I just realized that shit. When he said my hands go up, I looked at that nigga hands like, what that nigga fingers doing? The stanky leg. What is this?
Damn.
What's wrong with it?
Hands go up again.
Let the man
I'm
finger
all with
lean,
you.
man.
Nigga fingers crooked as fuck.
It's now gone the other way, where there's discrimination against men. I mean, we've gone past the balance point. But anyway, but so feminism was, if you like, the politically correct subject of the time. But now this other agenda's coming in, which is the transgender agenda, which is now usurping the feminist agenda. It means that if you're a feminist, this is now, you can see it widely, if you're a feminist and you don't, for instance, think that women's sport should be destroyed as a competition, and it is being increasingly, by people with male bodies that identify as women taking part in women's sport. I mean, who do they think is going to win the weightlifting? If women, as we've seen with people like Martina Navratilova, the tennis player, and others, if you then, as someone representing women, say, this is destroying our sport, you are now a transphobic. You are now this and anist and whatever, because you're getting in the way of the agenda. It's nothing to do with what's right and what's fair and how it's affecting women and women's sport. It's nothing to do with young girls at school that feel uncomfortable with being in toilets with boys. Nothing to do with, for instance, some examples I put in my last book, in a hostel for women suffering domestic violence, are told that they have to share a room with a man because the man self-identifies with being a woman.
This nigga, man. I like how he did
Don't play the video, man.
Hell no, I ain't play the rest of this nonsense, man. Yo.
Why are you hating on facts?
Ain't nothing facts about this shit. Like I could pull up articles right now to debunk this nigga shit. Hold up, let me do that.
What's you gonna debunk that it ain't damn dudes competing in fucking female sports and winning them hoes? That's what you about to debunk, man.
Yeah, it's not as drastic as you think, man. Hold up, let me find it. Let me find it.
Nah, man, you just in your feelings. You finna go to some SJW site and promote a whole bunch of damn
Yo,
feminists.
I ain't in nothing, man. I do like how you like, man, the domestic violence, man. But the women that been beat by men, you know, what happened if they gotta share a locker room with a nigga in a dress? He gonna beat
It
their
ain't
ass.
no what if film. If y'all had y'all way, motherfucking damn dudes to be in there stroking on them damn females, man. Shit, you'd be in there too with your whole ass. I know.
That nigga say Bush literally proves the point. Said the video don't like it censored. Ain't nobody censoring these niggas. We hear these niggas everywhere. Where is the censorship?
Play the dang on video I just posted, man. Play the abolition. Play abolition,
And if they
man.
don't like
Who? Abu Boo Boo. What?
Abolition, the damn thing I just posted and watched together. Play that.
Oh, this nigga got another video. What is this?
Yeah.
What is? Oh, I see it. I see it.
Abolition.
But y'all niggas really believe in this shit, y'all. Yeah, the transgenders be feeling on the females. You never know if the same. God, no. What the fuck? Oh shit! They like niggas. Why would they?
What are you talking about?
This shit don't make sense, dog. Most of the transgender women like men, dog. Yo, this shit funny. Hold up.
You reading the comment section or something?
Hold on, let me look. Let me pull it up. Hold up.
What you pulling up, man?
I'm trying to pull up something. I'm trying to find the right article here. But
play the video in the meantime.
That was a discussion about
Stop playing that video.
There was a discussion about testosterone levels and shit like that, and how some women athletes women that are born women have a way higher advantage over just regular women. So are we to
Congratulations, Bush. We can find outliers in every situation.
What do you mean? What you talking about? Congratulations. That completely goes against what the fuck he's saying.
Well, he's saying that just because you found maybe some very a few. Hold up a sec. I'm hungry as fuck. Just because you found a few outliers doesn't mean that that's the rule. Like that every you know what I'm saying? That doesn't.
Yeah, I
mean,
because if we're basing categories off of outliers, and nothing will be solved. Like, come on, bro. We talking about across the board.
These aren't outliers. It happens all the time. Like what's that one
boxing match? Bush, you lose in a boxing match to a female, an average female, you lose in a boxing match to her.
I don't
know. Just because it's happened before doesn't mean that you can.
Oh my god. 180 pounds soaking wet.
Why you got
the boxer? She knocking you out.
Look, if there was a chick that was 300 pounds, big and strong,
300 pounds,
and I'm like
that
one
is an outlier, Bush. You facing Precious now? What the hell going on, man? That don't make no sense.
Look, I don't necessarily agree with the sports shit. Look. I don't even agree with the sports shit at all. There needs to be some sort of restriction on that. But I don't think it's as dominant as he says it is. Like, that nigga's flat out lying. That is the fringe of fringe. If you want to talk about outliers, like what are we even saying here?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about his argument.
Yeah, first I don't agree with this dude argument. He's stupid, but I'm saying we literally watched a video like last week of a woman that transitioned weightlifting, breaking the records, and then before that MMA fighter that was cracking the skulls, that trans MMA fighter that was cracking the skulls of the other females that have been doing it for years. What are we talking about?
That was one fight though. What happened to her? Did anybody know what happened to that fighter after that? Because I had never seen her hold the title of anything.
I don't be watching that shit. You be watching that?
That's what I'm saying. I never seen her win the championship at all. I mean, so
I'm sure the thing has won something, dog.
Epic, chill, man.
I mean, I watched the
Can't be saying
sport.
things,
Like,
man.
she has never won a title. I don't think. Let me see. Let me pull it up.
The point is, we're not. This isn't an outlier situation. That's my point.
He can't connect the lines.
Bob.
I mean, what are you saying? It's not an outlier situation. What this dude talking about? The sports shit?
You can't connect lines, dog.
It is. It don't happen that often.
You cannot connect lines, man.
Epic. You don't have lines, bitch. You just have statements floating in thin air, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Nothing you say connects.
If you say so.
I know so. Ain't nothing they can. We can
know nothing.
We can rewind the tape back. Ain't nothing you said connect to anything, nigga.
Like what?
You don't make no fucking sense, man. Like we'll talk about one thing, and then you bring up something completely different from what we're talking about, and try to tie it together.
Because things tie together.
Okay, nigga. You trolling now, dog. This nigga trolling. What is this shit, Bob? What is this shit?
What, the video?
Abby Sola, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I can't pronounce that shit.
Just play it, man.
Hearts Abishola, a new comedy coming
Abishola. Are you in the watch together?
to CBS this fall.
Can we please focus?
Calm down, Bob. You're no good to us dead.
We have a 50-year-old male, chest pains.
Hang in there, brother.
I love you, but I don't want to be watching these videos, man. I don't put some light on, man.
What is this? I don't even know what this shit is.
Play the R. Kelly booty snatcher video I link, man.
Okay.
I'm tired of hearing about sodomites and edomites. And epic.
Man, you agree with this nigga almost said shit though.
No,
yo.
I don't. No, I don't.
Yo, middle offense
whenever
ass
we
nigga.
start going down the rabbit hole, Epic start pulling in. I just lose my brain. It's almost like talking to Riz. It's like talking to Riz.
It's retarded, man. Hold on. Let me pull up the R. Kelly shit. Yeah, you're right. All right.
What Edomite video y'all keep talking about? Cause I'm tripping up there.
You wanna know something crazy? I was looking up Fallon Fox, and Fallon Fox is that transgender MMA bitch, and she actually lost to a woman before.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to bring up. What?
They don't really mean shit because she is overwhelmingly beat the shit out of women.
I'm saying that she.
To the point
Yo.
where women are making statements that it was like I was fighting.
I bring all this up. I bring all this up to say that at one point in the fight that she lost, the chick is like, I don't know, she's like got a hold of her, and one of the audience members is just like, kick him in the nuts. With everything on
Yo. What I'm saying, like,
peace out.
I'm saying we got Fallon Fox taking like hormones to become more feminine. You got Cyborg taking hormones to become more manly. So when these two people converge on each other, who the fuck is gonna win? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm talking about.
Whoever got the most hormones at the time.
And you got this basketball player Gretchen or some shit that's like way taller than these other women and obviously on some other shit. And she just dunking on these bitches.
Hold on. Imagine an NBA player. Imagine a D-League a bench player transition into a transgender. That motherfucker gonna be an all-star in the WNBA, dog. What you talking about? He gonna be dunking on them. He gonna be putting his nuts in their bitches' faces and shit. What we talking about, Bush?
Bush can't connect lines, dog.
No, I'm connecting the lines. I'm saying, look, I'm connecting the lines. These transgender athletes have been trying to become more feminine and shit, and these female athletes are trying to become more manly. I'm just saying, where we gonna end up at, nigga? Is what I'm asking.
We're gonna end up confused. Indeed.
Y'all not connecting lines, man. Anyway,
or we can make the alternative. We can make transgender league, but that's gonna be discrimination.
That's stupid.
That's stupid, right?
They ain't that many. You know, like what the fuck? Especially to do sports. What the fuck? It's gonna be two niggas playing. Oh,
two niggas playing. It's gonna be a couple niggas.
Stop.
Two he-she niggas playing.
Stop.
It's the wave now,
straight,
man.
Bush.
Huh?
Let me get this straight, Bush. You down for the Negro Baseball League, but you don't want the transgender.
The Trans Olympic, man.
Obviously,
I mean,
when have I ever said that shit, man?
Transient.
Negro.
No, you said you was a fan of the Negro Baseball.
Yeah, but them niggas ruined it. They can't go back now. It's too late.
It's crazy.
They thought the white man's ice was colder, man. It's too late, man. They can't go back.
That's y'all ancestors, dog.
my ancestors.
Y'all ancestors.
Nigga, what are you? Like, if we Edomites, what the fuck are you, nigga?
What are you talking about?
That nigga from the motherland who got raped and pillaged, man. Y'all got the dick the worst, man.
Yeah, what Epic? What descendant are you, Epic?
Hold up, nigga. Where's that
I told you.
y'all keep talking about, dog?
I told you he a sodomite.
He a sodomite.
Alright.
Yeah, leave me that damn video y'all keep fucking talking about, because I need to see that shit.
What video? We just talking about how you keep bringing up Edomite in like every single conversation.
Nah, man, y'all watch some video with a sodomite or Edomite kind of shit. Y'all keep bringing that bitch up because one of y'all asked me what the fuck that was. I was like, that's Esau.
I've never heard that shit until I've talked to you, Epic. What are we talking about?
The sodomite.
I thought y'all watched the video with this shit.
Nobody watched that crazy ass shit, that nonsense, them fucking hotel ass videos about
Yeah, what?
These hotel ass videos and shit, man. It don't lead to
I don't
nothing.
think that abolition shit, dog. That's the same thing like that mixed shit.
The last video I watched from Epic was a midget in a porno, and then I think he was like a dildo levitate. Like,
Yeah, that's his profile picture on Discord, man. Yeah,
that's his profile picture.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, all right, I ain't gotta watch any more videos from Epic ever again after I saw
that nigga said the end goal was spirits, man. And some of y'all niggas.
I did not say the end goal was spirits, dog. I said we got dang on because you asked how does man pass down all this information from 1619 or whatever the fuck this shit started all the way to here. I'm like, bro, shit, you got the spirits making these folks do this shit. There ain't no man-made construct.
All right, man.
Man, play the video, man.
Let's play the bit.
Y'all playing R. Kelly?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Damn, man, what happened to my abolition?
Do you feel that people like I have been?
What is
what video of R. Kelly doing this shit?
Yeah, what is that video about anyway? That shit you posted.
Man, just look the
booty assassinated. I have been bootied alive, but I'm never straight. So I think the point that you're making here is, correct me if I'm straight, you've never held anyone's booty captive. I don't need to. Why would I? Well, I'm just. How stupid does that sound for R. Kelly with my way ass to hold somebody's booty, let alone booty 4, 5, 6 booties?
I feel like this Philly cousin or some shit. He had the same idea to make a channel like this, where he just make all songs gay. Yeah, that idea like 5 years ago.
How stupid would I be to do that? I didn't say that you were stupid, guys. I got dildos. Is this dildo on me? Yes, this dildo. That's bootylicious. Use your motherfucking dildo. Forget the booty. Forget the penis. Hate me if you want. Dude.
Yeah, like this shit's stupid.
You don't watch it, bro?
That's what it is.
If you want, but just use your booty sense.
Yeah, this shit
How
funny.
stupid would it be for me with that hairy ass in my shampoo? Like, oh, right now I just need to be a booty monster and hold booties against their will and chain them up in my booty basement and just have an archive of dildos, and unless they need some lube from down the street from the sex store. Robert, Stop it. Robert, Y'all quit playing. Robert. Quit playing. Okay, I Robert. didn't do this, man. Robert. This is not me. I'm fighting for my top ramen noodles. Y'all know I lost my seasoning. I gave y'all 30 years of a booty hair. Robert. 30 years of my real. And y'all trying to bait me.
It's just an echoing.
My booty hurt, man. This is not about booty. I'm trying to have a relationship with my noodles. Booty dripping. Y'all just don't want to use the lube. Blueface, baby. And at this point, Todd, we give Kelly a moment because he's tripping balls. His noodles calm him down. I hope this booty keep going. We're gonna take a break. This is not true. The booty doesn't even drip. Why would I hold all these booties?
What the shit? Come on.
Their mothers and fathers told me, we gon' pound your rear. But Kelly's emotions remain raw. There's booties out there missing.
I think the bitch try to rape me.
That's y'all Zaddy right there, man.
I'ma press charges on the low.
Man, shut up. That's your zaddy, man. You talking all this talking about how the white man powerful and strong and shit. They control everything,
That's
man.
y'all Zaddy.
That's your zaddy that you can't overcome, nigga.
No, I ain't worried about overcoming, bro.
Yeah, you going to your grave, nigga. the deity in the sky gonna save your black ass from
You gonna
death.
come and save the chosen, dog. Yeah, nigga, yeah.
The chosen.
Everyone else, man, is gonna be some stuff there.
Ain't nobody coming to save your racist ass, Epic.
If you say so, dog.
Ain't nobody saving your ass, nigga.
Cause y'all still stuck on me talking about I'm a racist. I'm
We
like,
are the
bro,
breakfast.
I love everybody equally. I can call y'all niggers and still give y'all $10 if y'all call me that racist. Nah.
Oh,
It's just, I got
shit.
the free mouth, nigga. Y'all stuck
Yo,
on
I
the
hate
dang
you.
on equal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love everybody, man. It's all love for me, man. Y'all call me
Like I
a
said, I can
cuck
call
and a
you a nigga.
SJW, a soy boy. When I got love,
What?
when I show my love,
Hold on.
I'm every name under the sun.
Nick, Epic.
What's good?
What happens when we die, man? I really want to know what you think. What happens when we die?
We rest. Think about it, bro. Y'all got this whole heaven and hell notion here right now at this point in time. But how come every time someone died, we got R.I.P. We got rest in peace? And how come King David said he gonna rest with the forefathers? Man, everybody resting right now. Everybody sleep. Because he said when you die, your thoughts cease and your body is just there, man. You turn to dust. That's it.
So our soul rest or our body rest, nigga? Because we turn to
Both.
dust when we...
Both.
So
Your
my
soul,
body... Nigga,
your
Epic, you realize my body turned to dust, right? Like, what are you talking about sleep, man?
listen, your soul is your body, dog.
What?
Listen. I'm gonna explain it to you, man. Because if I gotta send scriptures, I will. The breath of life that you have in you right now is your soul.
I know that, yeah.
Okay, so when he gave Adam his soul, or AKA the breath of life, he breathed into the nigga. He breathed into him.
He breathed
Without
into
life,
dust. He breathed into
without
dust
that
and they
air,
created a man. Yeah.
I mean, without the air, you just basically a husk or a hull. So I mean, when we die, we give the air back, and we just the hull. We just turn to dust. So yeah, we just sleep until we hear that trumpet, and it's time to be resurrected, either in the 1,000-year waiting period when everyone's gonna be, when they work is good or bad, or either they gonna be transcended and they gonna become immortals or whatnot. So yeah. Because like I said, when it comes to Christ coming back, not all gonna be dead or whatever. So some gonna go in the air, go transform and come back down or whatever, because he gonna reign on earth. Yeah.
I'm surprised that your viewpoint on that is just oddly religious. I felt like he was gonna say some wild shit. Like,
Yeah. I was expecting something different.
that is pretty traditionally Christian, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say that, because I mean, I hear most. I'll say like this: it's traditionally real Christian, because like I said, you got to do a different breakdown of like SJW, real SJW, Christian, real Christian. Because most Christians will say
SJW Christians? What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't know there was
Jesus, more categories. What the
No, because like I said, bro, you got to understand, man, because most Christians, like y'all grandmas and aunties and shit, they going to say they going to heaven. They going to walk around on clouds and in the pearly gates, even though the pearly gates supposed to be down here, but, you know, whatever. But they going to say they up there in heaven. And they gonna kick Satan in the ass, spit in his face, and all this shit.
I feel like it's not that deep. Y'all niggas is all feelings. Like y'all hate everything you talk about. Everything you say is just to justify how you feel about certain things, like gay people, transgenders, PC culture. All that shit is feelings. It's all feeling shit. Ain't you can't explain why you hate all these groups of people, man. You can only justify it with religion and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Bro, listen to me. Listen to the words coming from my mouth. I don't hate nobody.
A real man has no hate for anybody and loves everyone.
That's what I'm saying. It's the act, nigga. It's not the
That's what
person. I've
Jesse
been
said.
saying this. I know you got text, nigga. I know you got categories of epic, crazy speeches and stuff. And like I said, what do I always say? Go back to playing. Repetition is the mother's skill. I hate the act, not the person, nigga.
No, none of the shit you say make any sense, and your reasoning behind everything makes even less sense.
Hold on. Epic be making sense, and then he just be going off the deep end sometimes. That's how I see.
Bush, he's actually I never picked up on it, but he's actually very Christian, and the whole point of Christianity is to hate the sin, not the sinner. So he don't got no problems with these people, just the lifestyle.
With the lifestyle and the acts.
I mean, look, that's all he got to say. I mean,
he did.
No, he trying to justify the shit with some other shit, dog. Science and spaceships and rockets and moon. Like, come on, man.
His viewpoint based off feelings that doesn't disqualify him from being traditionally Christian or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah.
I know you just saying, nigga. Like I said, they gonna talk about a rapture. They gonna talk about being in heaven. Talk about being in heaven. Why? Because kingdom coming down. We know that much. Like I said, y'all got y'all. Like I said, y'all say y'all might be Christian or agnostic or whatever.
I got a question.
Go ahead, bro. I apologize.
No, I mean I completely interrupted you, so that's all me. But
you good?
My head hurt, so I gotta get this one out. I always wondered, Bush. I don't think you're religious from my experience with you. What if, like, you're probably like either atheist or agnostic. What if?
She said agnostic the last time we talked.
Okay. What if dead ass like Christians was 100% right? I'm talking like literally like tomorrow Jesus come down. You just hear this big bell, and Jesus descend from the cloud. Like, what is your plan of action at that point?
Look,
I just always wanted to know, like all these atheists, like, what if you woke up? What if you just woke up? You get your little cup of coffee, and you find out you were complete. Like, as a religious person, if we find out we were completely wrong, we'll be like, "Fuck, all right." I mean, I guess everything was for nothing. So it doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna end up like everybody else anyway. But if you're atheist or agnostic, well, not necessarily agnostic, but if you're atheist and you're wrong, like you're fucked. Like I feel like what is your plan of action?
That's why I'm agnostic. Clearly, man. So if it's shown to be true,
you can just say,
yeah, I can easily just jump on board because that's what is in the definition of what the fuck I am. So.
You think God gonna be like,
so like if you read the definition, like that's how what are you talking about?
So that way, if Jesus come back, he's like, I always believed you. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Bush, you ain't gonna get away like that because I've been talking to you, dog.
Get away. I ain't running nowhere, man.
God don't like fence sitters, dog.
At that point, it would just be too late. Like, what do you do though? Do you just do you get on your knees? Like, what? I just don't understand. Like, what is the plan of action? Because like I'm a Christian, and if Jesus came back tomorrow, I'm kind of scared anyway. Yeah, right. So I'm just kind of like, shit. I feel like
I just don't think it's necessary to live your life in fear or to believe in something that you can't prove exists. I don't believe in that shit at all.
How can you not prove your existence is here, dog? You was born.
Me existing has nothing to do with that. What the fuck are you talking about? I need proof that person did it.
You need proof of what exactly?
You need proof of God.
But at that point, that's the proof, man. Like,
I can't do that. All this
He
evil,
want to say some shit like,
all this evil and foul shit that go on in the world, and you expect me to believe in somebody that's the cause of all of this?
I hope you say that to his face, man. I'm just like, yo, I don't get it, man.
If I see that nigga, yo.
But the thought is that everything happens for a reason, and these horrible things or tests and trials and tribulations, and it happens for a reason. That's the forethought of it. So if that nigga come down and you question, oh, why you let this shit happen? Like, remember, like the nigga doesn't think on the same existence that we're supposed to be thinking.
I just don't think that's the right time to do it.
I mean, look,
I'd be like, nigga, why the fuck you let all these things happen? I ain't gonna be saying that. Shit.
Look, how would y'all feel if men successfully were able to create another human? Would you completely burn all your religious texts now that you realize that man is God?
In what
The
sense?
man
Like
can do
Because
everything
they're
that
able
a
to,
God can
because
do.
they're able to clone? Are you talking about?
Man,
What are you talking about?
man can already create a human, I guess, through conception and everything. I don't understand. A
No,
spirit, like a
from just out of thin air,
Artificial
not
intelligence?
artificial shit.
how the fuck could that possibly like we?
Bush, what the
I
fuck?
mean, look,
Android
technology
transportation?
is
Like
evolving every
right,
day.
but even so, it would need to be some type of like cloning. I don't know,
Yeah,
unless we could.
I think you're about talking about cloning. You gotta be.
They tried and can't. That don't mean they won't never get it, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Talking about death race?
Right. I don't know.
That's how science works, nigga. You
I mean,
fail.
I think I don't know what I personally would think, but I think the easiest way to write that off is be like, okay, it exists, like it's a human, but it doesn't have a soul. Like it's just that you would look at it in the same way you'd look at like an animal, like a cat or a dog. Like it exists, it's clearly living, but it's just void of soul.
You think animals don't have souls?
Yeah, animals ain't going to heaven. I hope you know that.
I see, that's what I'm talking about, man.
I don't. That's the scripture, man. I don't know.
Look, I mean, I'm not even hating on people. I just hate the fact that they use that shit to bludgeon other groups of people. Like I just don't fuck with that at all. Isn't that so unchristian to do that? Like,
That's
more so. That's
well,
more
I mean,
so on the man.
to actively attack other people.
That's more so on man itself, Bush. That's not necessarily God in his own ways. That's man.
I mean, if they're holy, and religion is used for so much pain and hardship in the world. Like we are here because of the shit. We were slaves because of the shit.
That's their people use things to justify their actions all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean that the scripture itself is wrong. That means that the person using the scripture is more so like we said before.
I'm saying it's up for interpretation, and that's the problem.
There's a difference. Like if you could, how do I explain this? A person who considers himself Christian or Muslim or whatever, if they do an act that is immoral or something, that doesn't necessarily reflect the tenets of that religion, man. It's just like a Christian. They're like, what about all these Christians like attacking people? Just because they call themselves Christian doesn't mean that they're living properly under the the religion is not the problem in that situation. Like the person is the problem, and then they're using sometimes like they used to use religion to justify slavery and shit back in the day. They using a tool for something that maybe it's not intended to be used for, or for just your own selfish reasons. That doesn't like if I use a hammer to kill you, that don't make the hammer. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't say fucking outlaw all hammers. We gotta get rid of hammers. No, I use something that was already intended for a different purpose, for the purpose of causing harm to somebody else. You know what I mean?
I feel you, Philly.
Man, this nigga Bush stupid. Man.
You just think
Yo, but on the flip side, how would y'all feel like if like we're Christians, presumably, but what if like Shiva just show up like tomorrow? Like
from what I've been looking up, bruh, Shiva
I've been
ain't
eating
gonna
cow. Huh?
I said from what I've been looking up, Shiva ain't gonna show up.
But I think maybe not Shiva, but there's one that ends the world. I think it's like Vishnu or something.
Vishnu, Ganesh, one of them motherfuckers. I know you talking about. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, if I see a big ass elephant nigga in the sky with like a bunch of arms, like damn,
you fucked.
I feel like I would just probably turn in the other direction and then just break out into a sprint. I mean, at that point, I don't know. Maybe I just go back to sleep. I feel like I just go back in and take a nap.
Nah, you can't go to sleep, dog. You gotta run, nigga.
I mean, run where? What? How scared would you be? You turn around, you see that elephant dude in the sky. You turn around, it's just an elephant dude in the sky on the other side.
Man, we shit on ourselves, dog. That's it.
Yep. You gotta poop. You gotta poop. You done ate too much. You done ate too much cow already. There's nothing you can do at this point.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? I ate beef today.
I don't know, man. I just don't see the use of it in everybody's daily life.
The use of religion?
Yeah, I mean, people say morals, but
religion,
society and laws give niggas morals. So I mean, I don't know.
What you mean?
Just stop it, man. You said it yourself that you don't understand stuff.
No, I mean,
did you not say that? Did you not say that Epic understands a little bit of stuff and that you hardly understand a whole lot of like religions and shit like that?
I don't need to understand all the shit you talking about to know how shit work, man. I'm sorry. I don't need to know all the shit you know, man. You just
know what
quoting shit.
though? Beautiful thing about faith is it's not mandatory, dog. At least not in this day and age. So
yeah, I don't hate on it at all. I just hate on these nut jobs that use it to fuck with other people, man. Like Epic.
But my thing is, let's just assume that religion didn't exist. Do you feel like these nut jobs wouldn't be doing the same shit?
I mean, I don't. I have no way of knowing that. I mean, it could possibly be doing it with other things, like the PC culture shit. They use that as a disguise for other shit. Like, so it exists in other places.
Remember, niggas make their own gods and religions all the time. So they use
I mean, that's why I have a problem with that to begin with.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Bush don't know what he's saying.
I just take me light. You don't know what the fuck I'm saying. It was clear what I was saying. If anybody can create any type of god, and if there's several different gods that exist at one time, and everybody has this different god and that different god, then wait, who was really correct? And why the fuck are we all doing this? It's just a waste of fucking time. None of that shit contributes to what we do in our normal daily lives.
Look at I think I shit myself.
Huh?
Just look at the signs, dog. Cause he said in the scripture that
I feel you, Bush. I feel you, Bush. I feel you on that front, Bush. Like, just I thought about that as well. It's just like a whole bunch of religions out there. So, like, what is actually true, and what is actually what is the actual way? I've more so deduced it down to what actually. I don't know. It's hard. Faith is very hard to explain, nigga. It's very, very hard to explain. It's more so internal. It's more so something that really
it's
works
spiritual.
for you.
Just say it, dog. Spiritual.
Okay, I guess it is spiritual. And some people connect more to like Hinduism. Some people connect more to Christianity.
I mean, it's cool to believe in something outside of yourself to make everyday life more palatable. I mean, that's the only reason I understand people do it. I mean, it's that works to take the pressure off your shoulder, to think that there's a grand plan that'll happen at the end of the day.
I think that people say like, oh, it's just a kind of a coping mechanism, or blah blah blah. If something was to be created, like, how do I explain this? Like, if fate doesn't exist, the penalty for not living or living an immoral life is nothing, right? But if it does, the penalty is eternal damnation.
Yeah, you're pretty much fucked for the rest.
I'm like, I get it, but like, that is not and then by admittance, we're all sinful in Christianity, so it's like everyone is at risk of that happening. So how could the possibility of being subjected to an eternal torture be comforting? You understand what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, we've been neglecting the comments the whole time. You want me to read some of these comments?
Oh damn, y'all live?
Yes, we were live this whole time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I told you some young people gonna be listening, man.
All right. I'm gonna start with King Draco. No. I'm gonna start with Grape Drink. He said, "How can people prove that God does not exist?" And then King Draco said, "I understand people want to be who they want to be, but there is no order." And oh my God, y'all niggas blowing up my fucking. But there is no order. There are no order, and our people are really what the fuck?
Shit.
But there is an order, and people are really disrupting the order. But you have to believe in the Most High, and I recommend read the Bible.
Sorry, I just had a question. What happened to that boy Lorenzo that couldn't spell, though?
I haven't seen that nigga in a while.
Yeah.
Roy Northside. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
What happened to him, dog?
He's still here. He in the chat. He's still here somewhere.
Hey, what up, Roy?
He said I tried to solicit some news from him or something. Some shit. I don't know.
What?
Oh, that nigga said.
God, D-Rain said, God give you a choice to choose right from wrong. Then Judgment Day, then you'll be judged for what you did. But at the same time, the same thing with y'all niggas saying that read the Bible. Y'all gotta remember that there's multiple different versions of the Bible.
That shit was written several times.
In different variations within those Bibles as well.
Did God write that?
The Torah, the Quran, the Torah,
fucking what's it called? What's that shit that Mormons read? The book is it called the Book of Mormon for real?
Yeah, it's called the Book of Mormon.
Them niggas. Oh my god, I can't.
You know what? You know what? I
Really
never
weird
understood. Like Mormons are kind of Christians, right?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, but I think I remember I looked up Mormonness or something, and basically like a few hundred years ago, some man like was supposed to be like a prophet, and then he buried a book. I don't know, man.
Like
Didn't
there's a South,
that
there's a
racist
South
dude
Park
start that
episode.
shit? Yeah,
There's a South Park episode, and it's like this is exactly the origins of
Trey,
Mormon. Like
Trey and Park, the dudes that wrote South Park, did a stage play called The Book of Mormon or something. It's like a comedy, but they talk about that, the beginning of it, and how the dude that started the whole thing. And I think that dude was a racist, wasn't he?
Like the nigga, like the person that made it. The person that made it, apparently he made the Book of Mormon. He showed it to everybody, saying that he was a prophet and shit like that.
Yeah.
Some chick challenged him. I think they buried it, like in a way where she was like, okay, if you really are the prophet of God, you should be able to rewrite this completely correct. The nigga rewrote it again. He said, oh, God told me to change a few things around this.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's like it's weird, man. So I'm
he told me to add this.
It's like, yeah, God told me to add the uncensored version this time, nigga. Like,
man.
it don't make it. It's a little odd in that sense of when it comes to Mormons.
But then something about I remember I watched a YouTube video on it. They think that black people are like demons.
Yeah, that sounds about like every religion.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, it was like
gobbledygook.
There's two type of like. Hold up, man.
I mean, they use back in the day for slavery. They used to think that black people being the dark skin was the mark of the beast, and that was their justification as well to enslave us.
No, it's like come on.
There's a lot.
Doesn't it really? Aren't you conflicted by the fact that the smarter people become, the less they believe that shit? Like the more people.
That depends on how you. Yeah. That depends on how you view intelligence.
I mean,
worldly people focus more so on the worldliness of There's several intellectuals that are religious. Like I believe.
Yeah, they are.
What Albert Einstein was actively Jewish, like a practicing Jew. It's not.
Wasn't Steve Jobs Catholic or something like that?
I feel like it's the nature of I feel like nowadays a lot of our intellectuals, quote unquote, they go to like universities and stuff like that, where that type of narrative is present. Where it's kind of like, oh, religion is stupid and da 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 da. But I don't know. I think that it also can have a lot to do with when you get so deep into science and stuff like that, you're more so concerned with the why and the how. And the deeper they look, they still don't see God, so they're just like, well, fuck it. I don't know, but I don't see that.
I'm gonna read a couple more comments real quick. Grape Drink said the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran are the only real books of reason why there are multiple ones. And the reason why there is multiple ones, because there's different laws in different times according to the religion of Abraham. Stoop. I'm not gonna read that nigga Stoop shit.
Let's respond. Let's respond to that.
Stoop didn't say anything.
Respond to that nigga question though. Let's not just read a bunch of questions. Let's respond to that one.
Okay.
Do y'all agree with that nigga that those three are the only real ones and the rest of them are just
repeat what he said. Repeat the three.
The Torah, the Bible, and the Quran.
Okay, when it comes to the Bible, we are.
I mean the Torah is essentially the Old Testament Bible,
yeah, it's
right?
the Old Testament. Yeah, it's the Old Testament. The Quran is like the extension from Muhammad's.
Am I tripping or in the Quran? I hear they mention Jesus.
They do.
Yeah.
They said that you should listen to him or whatnot, because they, like I said, they say that they believe that he was a prophet, but the thing that they do say listen to the teachings of Jesus. So with that, they kind of debunk both their ass right there. So I was like, hey.
Yeah, I think the Torah is the same way. It's like Jesus existed, and he said some real stuff, but they don't think that he was the Son of God.
Yeah, I know that for Judaism, I know that they don't recognize Jesus as an actual prophet. But I can't necessarily answer that one just because there's other religions out there like Confucianism, Hinduism that are out there longer before, or not even longer before, approximately around those times in the early civilization. So as far as that,
wasn't Jesus ripped from like Egyptian shit? Like, yeah.
Jesus wasn't ripped from there, dog. Think about it, man. When God created everything, the Word was with God and everything like that. That means when He made creation, what was in creation with Him? The laws, the scriptures. Like I said, when He told the sun it was gonna stay there, He commanded it with His laws, His commandments. So think about it, the sun ain't never crashed, the moon ain't never crashed. Everything He made at that time was still stuck in His laws and His things like that or whatever. So when He told Adam and Eve not to eat from, or not eat, but talk to Satan or whatever, that was a strict commandment right there. They could have ate from the tree of life, or they could have ate from Satan or whatever. Let's talk to him or whatever. So what did they do? They made their choice right there. So when they did that or whatever, that means they had the knowledge in the land or whatever. So when he said that Nimrod was a great hunter amongst men or whatnot, Nimrod, I want to say Nimrod was the first instance of the mother and son, because I want to say the son slept with his mother or something like that, and then like the son was really the father, some kind of crazy shit like that. So that's where you get that whole mother and son shit from Nimrod and Semiramis and whatnot to move. So yeah,
I'm gonna say this. Two things that I've always felt like I think my faith has been developing a lot individually these past few years, and I've come to two conclusions. One of which being that if you yourself, like, I think that a lot of times we feel like people who are very deep in the science and the world and stuff like that. Like, I mean, look, normally we leave these theories to Epic, but I honestly believe that that some of this shit is like, yo, I feel like I just trailed off, dog. I'm so fucking sick.
Yo, what the fuck?
No,
drink some water, man.
essentially, what I was saying was one thing that I've always kind of believed is, so let's look at one thing, right? Remember, I think Kyrie Irving, B.O.B., a few celebrities were like, the Earth is flat, right? The
Right.
motherfuckers came out and they said, nigga, you fucking retard. Like, the Earth not flat. Like, you idiot. The Earth isn't flat. And people were getting really mad, like, right? And they were like, no, the Earth is flat. And I think the whole point of that, I feel like it was just a complete troll. Because one, we know that the Earth isn't flat as we believe it. Like, we've been taught that the Earth is not flat. But who can actually explain that? Who can show that? Like, who prove? Like, if I ask
of course,
Stone,
not the average person can
okay,
be able to
but
explain.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's just say Stone. Let's just say Epic. Let's just use Epic for Epic. Do you believe the Earth is round?
Yes, the Earth is round.
But can you, as an individual, can you prove it? Not, I mean, I'm talking like without Google, without nothing. I'm talking like, can you, as an individual, prove it? Do you know the methods? You probably acknowledge that there are methods out to prove that, but you as an individual in this point in time, I don't think any of us can. Right?
Right.
But that
I
would
mean,
beg the
I'm saying like this. You don't want me to
and yet, hold on, and yet we believe it to be true, without a doubt, despite the fact that we cannot prove it.
The same with
But that would
religion.
beg the question. But hold on, that would beg the
But that's what I'm trying to say. I was like, the parallels of intellectualism and religion is like, you, like, a lot of times you'll talk with an atheist and they'll be like, motherfucker, like, God didn't do this. He didn't make the universe in 7 days. And you'll be like, okay, so how do you think that the universe was created? And while some people will say that the universe never didn't exist or something, a lot of times the prevailing like idea is the Big Bang, right? Which in and of
Right.
itself sounds magical to begin with. You know what I mean? Like that a small, hyper dense, whatever contained everything that is or will ever be, and then one day nobody knows who put it there necessarily, and then one day it just erupted. It blew up in an enormous explosion and spread out. Time and space spread out from that one focal point. right?
Yeah.
And I think that in and of itself, if you didn't know, if you just happened to be born today and you didn't know which one was religion and which one was science, like that by itself sounds magical, I think. And the other thing is like, while other people might be like, yeah, you know what, I think the big,
But
the big
hold on.
started.
Well, does that sound
Go ahead.
magical to just regular people, or does like is it magic? Because
No,
I mean,
what I-
I'm thinking
what I'm-
that the people that came up with the theory don't sound magical to them. They probably can explain it in a way where it's not
Right.
so magical.
Exactly.
But he's talking about the
I,
average.
I agree. I agree. But the average person believes it and yet still can't prove it.
Just think
Yeah,
about it. Like a whole universe from a condensed amount of energy. Just everything just exists from a big ass explosion. That
But
sounds.
I mean, is the explosion
crazy.
really like what scale are we working on? Like if we believe the theory that there's infinite amounts of universes, and it's like what how small are we on that? like what? Like,
Hold up.
yo,
What I'm trying to say is ultimately that how many people, I would say the majority of quote unquote intellectuals believe that the Big Bang is how the universe came to be, and yet if someone asked them, prove to me that the Big Bang created this universe, right? Because that's the whole thing, right? The burden of proof on religion. It's like nobody can necessarily prove to me that God exists, and yet if I go to your average person, they can't prove to me that the Big Bang happened. Maybe like I remember in school when I was learning about the Big Bang, they were like, "How do we know that the Big Bang happened?" And they were like, "Well, there was this term called background radiation, and that is how we know that the Big Bang happened." But I don't even know what background radiation is,
Yeah.
like exactly what it is. I don't think the average person does, and I don't think they can detect it. I don't think they have the tools to detect it. So ultimately, we ask ourselves these questions: how do we come to accept these things as irrefutable truths, despite the fact that none of us can prove it to be true? And the conclusion you come to is we looked at we've studied it, we've read these science books and things of that nature, and we've learned about it in schools and so on and so forth. Like, and yet we didn't undertake, like we didn't repeat the experiment, right? We didn't do these things. We didn't how do I say, we didn't conduct these experiments ourselves. We just went with whatever was in that book, which I feel like is very similar to like religious people and whatever their religious texts are. You know what I mean? And we took it for I don't know. We take it as like, okay, well, these people who wrote this book, the science book, have been, they're intellectuals. They have, PhDs. They studied in this field. But then, like, who gave them those titles anyway? Just other people, right? Like, and it's like you've never met these people, right? You never met them you don't know them from nothing, and you never will, right? So ultimately, it's kind of, and then also they say like, oh, well, the Bible's changed, has been translated from da 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 da, and like, and science textbooks like have not. Like the whole point, they issue a new one each year, which I mean might be part of the whole education scheme and shit, but that's a whole different topic for a different time. Like ultimately, it's like the similarities are very. At the end of the day, you're reading a book, you're you don't know the person who wrote the book, you didn't conduct the experiment yourself, and yet you're accepting it as truth. So I think that people see science and religion. I feel like just everybody kind of need to shut the fuck up.
That's not the same thing though. I mean, I guess that you can say it's similar, but we know who wrote the book, and we never admitted, and scientists never admitted that they knew everything.
But the thing is, you don't know that person. You haven't checked that person's credentials.
I mean, but that's like saying is milk really like? That's like saying let me see you could do that with literally anything, like the creation of anything.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying, but that's so reason. Like I don't think that's the right way to look at it because it's a loop.
I feel like you shouldn't criticize religion when the majority of people are walking around with truths in their head that they cannot prove.
Yeah, I mean that's why niggas believe in the Illuminati. Yeah.
Hey Philly, are you looking at the pictures I'm posting, dog?
I mean that's how society works, man. That's how how it works. Like we have to rely on other people's knowledge of certain things to make the system work properly. That's why we have politicians, because we ourselves don't really understand fully how the government works. We need other people to help us understand. Man, shut your stupid ass up.
Ultimately,
you don't know how it works,
it's
nigga.
like
You
ultimately,
talking about spaceships and shit and goblins. Fuck
but
out of here.
ultimately,
right now, nigga.
Ultimately, it's like, okay, well then, you're saying that we don't understand everything, so we kind of not resort,
Exactly.
but we kind of go to other people. But ultimately, how is that we don't understand the natural laws of the universe, and yet religious people resort to the Bible?
Well, that's
You know what I mean?
look. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, it's partially true. I mean, it's true. Like, there's no way of really understanding everything completely. Nobody can know every single thing. That's why we rely
I
on
just feel
other
like,
people.
can you criticize religion? Can you criticize religion? Yes, yes, you can. But I feel like you shouldn't if you believe things that you can't prove. Yeah, honestly, I just feel like everybody need to have a seat. That's how I feel.
Well, nobody on the science side is saying that what they believe is straight up factual or definitive. They still work. They're still researching and working towards something. But with religion, they know point blank. Period. That's the difference.
While you might say that about scientists, I think that we can just see the response that the average person gives to somebody who says something that they don't believe to be true, i.e., the world is flat. Like they get laughed at, they get ridiculed as seen as non-intellectuals, and it's like, but you can't even prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so while I think that maybe scientists themselves may be consistently pushing forward to expand their thought and their understanding of the world, I feel like your average person isn't doing that. I feel like the average person's view of the world is propped up on a lot of shit that they can't prove, that they just accept as truth.
I mean, but like I said, that's like, I mean, there's no reason to even to use that as a defense, because then you can get crazy with that. Like, you can ask why on everything.
Exactly. And then I understand. And then the question then, or I think the ultimate thing there is just just shut the fuck up.
Because I can say
don't.
I can say cars run on fucking sprinkles. Just because I don't understand how cars work, and no normal person really understands how they fully work.
Well, I mean, but there's
except
a different
for mechanics or something. So why we trust them?
Running what
sprinkles?
Running and
Like,
sprinkles. I mean, you know to put gasoline in. Are you trying to say like the sprinkles is like
saying how the
apart from gasoline?
I'm saying how the whole thing works completely in its entirety. Like we don't fully like how a phone works. We don't fully understand.
But just watch this. Watch this. Stone, do you think cars run on sprinkles?
I don't know. It might.
Okay,
really?
You didn't bite on that. All right, well, Bush, do you think cars run on sprinkles?
Like, I'm assuming they don't, but I don't know, man. I don't know how engines work, man.
Exactly, right? So, there you go. I feel like that's the end of the conversation. It's like, yeah, they probably don't. But it's kind of like,
I mean,
if somebody said,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. They're able to replicate cars' work. They're able to replicate it consistently to have functioning cars. So we can assume from that
you can't.
I can't, but I see them replicating it, so I assume that they know what they're doing. That's the same thing with science. If you're able to replicate an experiment or a theory, if you're able to replicate it,
have you seen somebody build a car from the ground up, from scratch, like from just?
I mean, I don't have to see them build it. I just know there's a lot of cars that exist and there's a lot of cars that function.
So you don't have to be a witness to something. You just know something. You accept it as
I can
true.
see the outcome of it. Like they obviously know how to build these things, and they obviously have the science behind it.
Y'all niggas going into circles. These niggas comment section roasting the fuck out of y'all right now, man.
Yo.
They say y'all niggas they saying y'all niggas going into circles, man.
I believe.
Man, fuck them niggas. Half them niggas got erectile dysfunction. Fuck up out here. These niggas mad as shit, man. You ain't gotta watch this.
This is free entertainment, nigga.
That's what I'm saying, man.
This is free knowledge.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? I feel like all the people we've had in this in the channel, like one person has beat their dick to us. I feel like one person has had to beat their dick to us.
A nigga just left the stream on and like, fuck it, man. I'm already here.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, why he beat his dick to something else in another tab.
Might as well.
Would I be lying if I said that I done that shit in the call?
I know Duel has. Duel like left the call. I mean, he was in the call, but he like turning his mic off.
You definitely mute
to be
yourself. You
honest,
might as well not be in the call, man. Like
that's one. Well, I'm gonna say this. There's been some times where I started beating my dick and then I forget I'm in the call. Like you ever like we got another chat where you just show up. Sometimes you add everybody and you show up in the voice chat and you just mute yourself. And then if nobody shows up for a while, you just post up and you forget.
Or you
And
forget,
you start beating your shit, and then all of a sudden, like you be about to nut and you just hear hello. Like you just hear niggas say hello. Oh damn. I've been in that
fuck up my whole nut doing that shit.
Oh shit, man. But I think that's pretty much it, man. Fuck it, we're gonna have to get out of here. It's late as fuck. I'm sleepy as hell. Any final thoughts?
I'm about to go watch the Lisa Ann.
Any final? Man, shut your ass up, Epic. I'm tired of your ass. Goddamn. Fucking religious nut, man. I'm surprised you ain't killing niggas, dog. Like
Lisa Ann is the GOAT.
Stop.
Fire. See, Philly knows what's up, man.
No,
like,
she not.
She
not, man. I feel the same way I feel about Lisa Ann, the same way I feel about Sarah J, man.
Right after this shit, though,
like
man.
they came out around a time where there weren't that many white women with huge ass booties, and they took advantage of that, man.
Okay.
They rose to the top, but now they're a dime a dozen, man. So they're not unique at all. They're nothing special. And Lisa Ann she fucked herself up with too much surgery, man. And
no, she got the perfect amount of surgery, man.
You sure? Let me. I gotta look again.
Look up a Lisa Ann glory hole video, man.
Yeah. Serena Ali overrated as fuck. Y'all need to stop hyping.
No, Serena Ali is just very cute. She got no.
No
she got
emotes.
no.
I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas.
Lisa Ann look like a fucking duck, man.
Because Bush a hater.
I'm a hater.
Gianna Michaels with the A tier because Bush is a hater, man.
No, I love Gianna Michaels. She ass. What you mean?
Gianna Michaels, I don't know. Gianna Michaels she suffered from. She need to shut the fuck up when she be fucking though, man.
Nah,
I don't like that.
I mean, I'm mute, nigga. I'm always. Sometimes sound, but like back when I was watching her, it was always mute, man. So.
Melody Nakia.
I mean, but she like ain't she like the only one out of those three that would like that's fully natural out of like Lisa Ann and Sarah J. Yeah.
Gianna Michaels is definitely natural all around. The titty
juice.
They ain't had no black women. They said Pinky was an S, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here, man.
Pinky fat
not
as
S. Pinky is not S.
You got Lisa Ann over Pinky?
Yeah.
Yes. Pinky is ugly as shit.
Lisa Ann ugly as shit to me.
They both trash, dog.
Pinky is ugly as shit.
Pinky just fat. Think about it, she just fat.
Pinky fat now, but she ugly. She was never been cute.
She got a big ass gap too.
Yeah, Pinky ugly,
That shit
man.
ain't cute, man. The gap ain't cute.
Drop that. You're not finna trash for Tomi Tanaga and then gas up Pinky. Pinky, look, I'll put her at an honorary A. I've never fucked with none of her scenes, but I know she a veteran. Yeah, Pinky look nasty.
Sarah,
she with the strap on, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that. I like her videos with the strap on.
Oh, those are the best ones, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody remember that GOAT video with Capri? Was it Capri Styles? Who was it?
I think what is it? Yeah.
Was that
she made a squirt.
She was hot for like.
She got like Asian,
yeah.
She got Asian characters on her ass. Yeah.
She was like hot for like 2 summers.
Yeah. I don't know where the hell she disappeared to, man.
But yeah, let me.
Either way, man.
They be having kids in secret, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bush. I just found out that Kelsey Monroe, Megan Rain, and some other chick had a kid.
You ain't had Kelsey Monroe on there?
Yeah, Kelsey Monroe was. That's why you haven't seen Kelsey Monroe videos as of late because she's had a kid just now.
Oh, she had a kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Sasha Grey to come.
Somebody else had kids.
Niggas trying to tell me Sasha Grey ain't got ass. So that's false.
No.
That's
what's wrong with
false. Like if you look at her ass and compare it to her body, she has ass.
She got a little bubble. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
you gotta look at.
She got regular girl ass. That's not porn star.
Give me 1 second. It's
like think about like a drone, like one of them little drawing models. They're like compared to her, the rest of her body is something.
I've always wondered though, like
I'm afraid to ask.
Since these
I'm
girls
afraid to ask Death Racer who he like, man. That nigga.
I've always wondered though, like since these girls have kids and shit like that, like I don't know, man. Like
It ruins the fantasy, dog. That's
what
all
do
it
you
is for fantasy.
not ruin the fantasy, but more so like the conversation that you're gonna have to have with your kid, because that's a conversation you're gonna have to have. Like, hey, your mommy takes dick for a living. Like, what do you say?
I mean, not really, because there's so much porn out here nowadays that she take a break for about I guess 10 years, and when that child becomes old, you'll barely see her shit out there. Like somebody have to really dig. They have to really dig to find her shit.
Kelsey Monroe, Carly Gray, and Megan Lynn recently had kids. Those are
yeah.
all
And if they take
a
break, and they're not really huge stars like that. Really, they somewhat
nigga,
big.
they are on. They all of those girls at one point have been they have been top 10 of Pornhub.
Can you
That's
imagine
pretty
how
big, my nigga. You gonna be
Can
seeing
you
those
imagine how
videos
crazy
circulating.
that is? Can you imagine how crazy you try and get your nut off and you look up some shit and it's your mama?
Yeah.
They need to have like a fail safe or some shit where you can just erase all your shit from the internet.
See, Death even said, what's it called?
For porn stars,
Death
they
even
need that
said
shit.
front page. Kelsey Monroe's front page, man.
Shit.
Front page Kelsey Monroe gassed up, dog. I don't really fuck with Kelsey Monroe like that.
I fuck with her.
What the hell is she
She got a
anyway?
fat ass.
Is she white or
She's
Spanish?
like
I think she Latina. I thought she was Latina.
I think she's white and Latina mix, cause.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a boo boo,
That
man.
ain't all white.
I see y'all.
You got boo boo.
Nigga, shit on yourself, nigga.
I've been holding my boo boo this whole time, man. I'm about to shit in the bucket on y'all niggas, huh?
Like you 1 year away from wearing adult diapers, nigga. You might as well just.
I wish, man. I could just shit in the same spot, nigga. I wish I had a diaper, though.
All right, man.
All right, I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.
All right.